Today we're going to talk about if you're in the market to buy a home, what it's going to cost you to do so. All right, so when you're looking to buy a home and you're going to make an offer on a property, there's going to be several expenses that you have to pay out of pocket before you actually are the homeowner. First, starting off with the bid, there's going to be an earnest deposit or a good faith deposit that has to be submitted with an offer. That's going to show the seller that you're serious and that you have some skin in the game. A couple other expenses that are going to come down the road are going to be cash on delivery, COD. Okay, you're going to have a home inspection to make sure you're buying a home that's safe, that's not falling apart on you. So you go into the transaction eyes wide open, and you know if there's any issues that you're going to have to, you're going to have to take on once you own the home. You're also going to, if you're getting a mortgage and you're getting financing on the home, you're going to have to pay to have the home appraised. The bank wants to make sure they're getting a fair price and they're paying market value for a home. They want to make sure if there's any issues, you'll be able to sell the home and pay them back the money that they're letting you borrow to buy that home. There's also going to be a second deposit typically due in a transaction. Okay, you're going to have the good faith deposit already submitted when you made the bid. Then you're going to have a second deposit due typically when you get out of attorney review, under contract, or typically about a week, or 10 days into the transaction. So those are going to be some of the upfront expenses or monies that are escrowed before you actually close on the house. Once you get in your closing date or at closing, you're going to have to secure homeowner's insurance. Again, if the home's getting financed, you're going to have to insure that home. You're going to have to run title work on the home. Okay, survey is optional, but the title work and title insurance, you're going to make sure that the title has no liens or clouds on it, and that you're getting a clean title, that you're going to be able to resell your home in the future without having any issues. If you're using an attorney, which we definitely recommend, you're going to have to pay that attorney the fees for closing out that transaction. There's going to be miscellaneous, prepaids and escrows like property taxes, possibly water, sewer, HOA dues, things like that. Closing costs for a purchase, you're pretty much looking at about 3 or 4% of the purchase price to be your total outlay of expense. And then in addition to that, you're going to have whatever you ended up putting up as a down payment. The first deposit, the second deposit, and then there's going to be a final balance of that down payment that's going to be due at closing.